Okay, so now let's start with our scene number 6. I'm going to hit Control N to create another composition, and I'm going to put it as scene 06. Width I'm going to choose 1920, and height I'm going to choose 1080, and simply hit OK. Then press Ctrl Y to create one solid background and just lock this layer. I'm going to select my pen tool, and I don't want any fill, so I'll delete this fill. And for the stroke color, I'm going to choose black color, and by holding shift from here to here, create one stroke. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally, and then align it vertically. Let's go and choose align left. Go to the add menu over here, and we are going to choose repeater. Go to the repeater, transform repeater 1, and let's let this fit. And let's increase the number of copies totally like that. Select this, and we are going to choose stroke width around, let's say, 1 pixels. Then select this shape layer and press Ctrl Alt O. Then hit Ctrl D, press R for rotation, and let's rotate it on 90 degree. Then press S, unlink this, and let's increase the scale of this one. So if you check it out this end for duration, we are gonna get something like that. Okay. Now after that, let's bring our logo over here. And now I'm going to select my ellipse tool, and I don't want any stroke, so I'll delete the stroke. And for the fill over here, with the help of this picker, I'm going to pick up this yellow color, that hit OK. And then by holding shift, I'll create one ellipse. Let's select this ellipse and press Ctrl Alt O. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally, and then align it vertically. I'll press S and I'll adjust the scale a little bit. Then select this shape layer and hit Ctrl D, press S, and let's decrease the scale of this. And now go to the fill options, and I'm going to pick up this red color over here like that. Okay. And now let's hide this logo for now. Now let's select this shape layer and let's bring this a little bit upward like that. Now let's select this shape layer, press P for position to create one keyframe. Zoom in a little bit. Let's go to somewhere around 40 frames to create another keyframe, and go to around 1 second to create again another keyframe. Then go to the start and let's bring this up again. Then go somewhere around in the middle and let's try to bring this upward again. Select those position keyframes and hit F9. Go to the graph, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Select this, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. So if we check it out this, we will get this kind of a bouncing animation. Then somewhere around at 2 seconds, select this with the help of open square bracket, move this over here, press P for position to create one keyframe, go somewhere around over here to create another keyframe, go few frame forward to again create another keyframe, and in the middle over here, let's bring this a little bit upward, and at the start, let's bring this out of this composition like that. Okay, let's make this fit. Select those position keyframes and hit F9. Go to the graph, select this graph. By holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Then select this, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. So if we check it out this, we are gonna get something like that. So this animation will look something like that. Then after that, I'm going to right click new and create one null object. And this shape layer, which is this one, I'm going to make it a parent with this null object. Then select this null object, press R for rotation to create one keyframe. Go a few frames forward, like up to 2 seconds, and let's make this one complete value. One complete rotation. Select those rotation keyframes, hit F9, go to the graph editor, select this graph. By holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Okay, so we will get that rotation over here like that. Okay, now when it's rotating over here somewhere around at this point, I want there should be changing color. So let's enable our logo layer over here and select this layer. Search for fill option over here and go inside this fill, create one keyframe at color, hit page down button one time and go to the pickup option, and we are going to choose this green color. Okay, and let's find this loop. So now if you check it out this, we'll get that sudden shift in that color. And if you enable the motion blur for these two, then that shift in color would be looking very normal. Now after that, what I want is that this shape layer should fall inside this ball. So press P for position to create one keyframe again. Go few frame forward and let's try to bring this in the bottom. Go few frame forward, create another keyframe. Let's try to bring this over here like that. And in the middle, or somewhere around at this point, let's bring this a little bit upward and select those keyframe and let's hit F. Go to the graph, select this by holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Select this, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Move this over here, this over here. Select this and move this over here. If you check it out this, we will get something like that. Okay, like this. Okay, and when this is going to touch over here, I'm going to select this and I'll press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer. And then for this one, I'm going to remove this null object parenting, enable this logo, select this shape layer, go to the fill option, and with the help of this picker, I'm going to pick up this blue color and hit OK. So we will get that change in color. So if you check it out this now, first we got this, then we got this like that, hit U, so we can easily see this. Okay, let's minimize this, and so we can focus on this one. Okay, like that. Okay, I don't think we need to change the parenting of this, so let's make it a parent with this null object only, like that. And then somewhere around at this point, when this animation is gonna end, I'm going to select this null object. I'll press R for rotation. I'll create one keyframe. Go few frame forward. Let's rotate it like this. Go few frame forward. Let's rotate it like that again. Over here. Let's move this over here. Go few frame forward. Let's rotate it like that. Then go few frame forward and let's rotate it totally like that. Okay. Let's select those keyframe and let's hit F9. So if you check it out this, we are gonna get something like that. Okay, now let's go to the graph editor. Let's go and let's move this handle over here like that, or let's move this handle over here like that. Okay, then after that select this, move this handle over here and this handle over here, so we'll get something like this. Similarly, move this handle over here and move this handle over here like that. Then select this and by holding shift move this handle over here like that. Okay, and move this over here. So if you check it out this, you will get something like this. Okay, and at this point over here we should select this last keyframe and we should move this a little bit towards left like that. So we will get something like that. And somewhere around at this point, I'm going to select this portion, go over here, hit Control Shift D to split this layer, and let's bring this at the top, and let's remove this parenting. Select this, hit U, and let's delete all the position keyframes as well as this color keyframes. Select this and press R for rotation, and let's make this rotation 0. Then press P for position. Select this, right click and choose separate dimension. Create one keyframe at X and one keyframe at Y. Go few frame forward. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. And in the middle, we will select this and let's try to change the Y position somewhere around over here. Then select this Y position and hit F9. Go to the graph editor. Select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Move this handle over here. Select this and move this handle over here. Okay, like that. So if you check it out, this animation now, we get this, and this. Okay. So if you check it out, this animation now, we got this kind of a stuff like that. And when this is happening over here, I'm going to select this, press S, create one keyframe at scale, go few frame forward and increase the scale of this. Select those keyframe and let's hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move one handle over here and move one handle over here. So you will get this kind of a, you know, animation like this. Now we'll go to the scene 5. Over here, we have this adjustment layer as well as the stroke. So I'm going to hit Ctrl C to copy. I'll go to the C06 and I'll hit Ctrl V over there like that and select those adjustment layer and try to bring this over here. These are the same adjustment layer that has magnify effect over here, and select those layers and change the color of them to blue like that. So if you see this in resolution, we are gonna get something like that. Now, along with this, I want there should be some additional animation. So I'm going to select my pen tool. Then I'm going to create one random shape that is going from here to here to here to here like that. And for the, let's remove this fit. And for the stroke color, I'm going to pick up this color and let's increase the stroke width to somewhere around, let's say 1 or let's say 10. Okay. Then go to the add menu and we are going to choose round corners. Go to the round corners and increase these corners like that. Go to the add menu and choose trim path. Go to the trim path and you can easily adjust this like that. Then go to the start, create one keyframe at the start and one keyframe at end. Go to around 5 seconds and let's make this value 100 as well as this value 100. So if you check it out, this I select this start keyframe and you can move this a little bit over here as well. So you will get that, extra animation over there. You can select this layer, you can hit Ctrl D, press R and you can rotate it on 90 degree like that. And let's move this over here. Again, go few frame forward, hit Ctrl D, move this over here, press R and let's make this value 180 degree like that. So you'll get something like this. And you can press S for scaling option. So you will get some variations over there. And go over here and change the color of this one to yellow. And I'm going to select this one and I'm going to change the color of this one to green like that. And hit U. Select all of these layers and let's try to bring this at the bottom. Okay. So with the help of that, what will happen is that we are going to get that extra animation over there like that. Okay. And let's go to the main animation. And over here, when this animation is going to end, let's increase the duration of this. When this animation is going to end around over here at this point, I'm going to bring my scene 6 and I'll bring this over here. And with the help of open square bracket, I'll move this over here. We will move this somewhere around at this point. Okay, like that. And similarly, just like our previous versions, we will try to animate the scale of this. So press S and create one keyframe over here. But at the start, I'm going to choose scale around 140 or something. Let's see how does it get. We will get something like that. Okay, we are gonna get this kind of a stuff. Now let's go inside this. We have this lines over here, which are this one, stroke lines. Hit U and let's select those and right click and choose keyframe assistance and time reverse keyframe. So what will happen? You will get one animation in opposite direction like that. Similarly, for this adjustment layers, hit U and this last keyframe should be somewhere around over here. Okay. And if you see this in full resolution, our animation should look like that. Okay, so let's make this quad resolution. So we will get something like this. Okay, so now after this scene, I need a simple kind of a transition over here. So for that, what we are going to do over here is, let's see, I know my animation is ending at this point. Okay, so let's try to minimize this bump. So scene 5 is ending over here. So hit open, alt close square bracket to trim up to this. And this scene 6 is ending over here at this point. So my next animation should start somewhere around at this point. So from here, I'll bring one marker. So it would be easy for us to understand that your next animation should start from here. Okay. Now let's hit Control N and we are going to call it as scene 07 and hit OK. Now, if you guys know that our fat size, color of this count is gonna this. So let's keep this background as white only. Now hit Control N to create another composition, and let's select this width and let's divide it by 2 over here, or you can choose 1080 and 1080 height width over here. Okay, because height of our comp is 1080, and if you divide that 1080 by 2, you will get 540. So let's choose 540 height for both of them and hit OK. Now over here, I'm going to press Ctrl Y to create one solid background, and let's enable about not enable. Let's win our logo. Press S and let's increase the scale. Select this white solid background and press Ctrl Shift Y to enable the solid settings. And with the help of this picker, I'm going to pick up one blue color and select this. Hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. Press Ctrl Shift Y, and with the help of this picker, I'm going to pick up this red color. Okay, and uh, let's hide this. Select this red solid layer and let's try to bring this over here like that. Now select these two, press Ctrl Shift C, and we are going to call it as BG, and let's hit OK. Then I'm going to select my ellipse tool and I'm going to choose white color for the fill, and we will delete this row and simply double click on it to create one shape layer. Now select this BG and press F4, and we are going to choose alpha mask, so we will get this kind of a sphere. Okay, then hit Control N and we are going to call it as sphere 03. Okay, and let's go to the scene 07 and we are going to bring our sphere 03 over here like that. Go to the align tab and we are going to choose align top. Again, hit Control D to duplicate it and go and choose align bottom. Now after this, select those pairs, press P for position over here, create one keyframe at position, then go to around 1 second to create another keyframe. Now let's go select this pair and let's try to bring this over here like that. Then select this and let's try to bring this pair over here like that. Now after that, let's go somewhere around over here. So now right click new and create one null object. Select both of this and make it a parent with this null. Select this null, press R for rotation to create one keyframe. Go to around 1.30 frames and let's make this 180-degree rotation. Okay. Select these two layers, create one keyframe at position. Go to around 230. Select this and let's move this over here like that. Select this and let's move this over here like that. So if we check it on this animation now, we got this and then we got this. Okay, like that. Now after this, along with that, we need something that should cover up this animation. So for that, I'm going to select my pen tool. Then from here to here, by holding shift, I'm going to create this kind of a shape, and I don't want any face, so I'll remove this fill. And for the stroke, I'm going to choose white color like that, and let's increase the stroke rate in such a way that it should cover up those things. Okay, let's select this and press T for opacity, and let's decrease the opacity. Let's select this or you can select those selection tool. Let's select this much portion and let's try to bring this over here like that in such a way that it should be in the middle. Then select this match area and let's try to bring this in the middle like that. Okay, then let's increase the stroke width of this like that over here in such a way that it should cover the entire car. And then we will go to the add menu, and we are going to choose trim path, not trim path right now, but let's choose round corners. Go to the round corners and we have to choose these corners like that. Okay, now after that we will add, and we are going to choose trim path, and then we can animate this trim path like that. For example, we can animate like that. Okay, now let's go to the start. Let's create one keyframe at end, hit U, and if you check it out, this animation, we will get something like that. And let's make this value 100 like that. So okay, so it will rotate like that. Okay, but at this point, this portions, let's go somewhere around in the middle. As you guys can see, this pair is coming up to this. So what we can do, I can select this, I can select my pen tool first, and I'll select this, and by holding shift I'll select this area, and I'll try to move this up to this area that it should cover this portion like that. Then I'm gonna go in my shape options, and I'll enable this round corners, and I'll increase the value of this round corners in such a way that it should cover up this section. So if you check it out, this we are gonna get something like that. Okay, but still it's not matching because we have to push those keyframes a little bit forward. Okay, or you can bring this a little bit backward like that. So now if you check it out, this animation, or instead of that, what you can do, you can start this animation, this start animation somewhere around at this point. When this is coming up to this, let's see one by one. Okay, let's select this and try to bring this a little bit forward like that. Okay, over here like that. Okay, so we'll get something like that. Okay, and now let's bring this downwards. Press T for opacity and let's increase the opacity. And now we are getting something like that. If you and try to bring this a little bit forward, we just need to match with this portion like that and try to adjust this properly like that. Okay, it's okay if it's mismatched, it's not that much required. Okay, like that. And now I'm going to select this and I'll hit Control V. I'll press S. I'll unlink this and I'm going to make this -100 like that. Okay, also -100 on this like that. So now if you chip it out this over here, I'm gonna get something like that. Okay, this is kind of a portion over here. Now along with this, I need rotations. So I'll select this. I'll press R for rotations for this. And obviously this one should rotate it on plus value, and this one should rotate it on negative value or something. Or let's go somewhere around the end position over here, which is I think at this point, let's make this 3, or let's say 4, or a 4 over here, and let's see how does it looks. Yeah, it looks good to me. Yeah, okay, like that. Now I'm going to select this sphere over here. I'll right click, reveal layer in source project, select this sphere 03 and hit Control D, and by holding Alt I'm going to bring this over here. Double click on this position, and let's select this logo which is over here, and hit Control X and go inside this BG. Select this BG, reveal layer in source project. Select this BG and hit Control D, and by holding Alt or replace it. Double click to open this and hit Control V to paste your logo, and let's enable this. Now over here, instead of this blue, I'm going to pick up green color. So press Control Shift Y. With the help of this picker, choose this green color and hit New. Select this red, press Control Shift Y, and with the help of this pickup, change this blue color and let's delete this loop. Okay, so now if you see over here, there is a change in this color, so it like that. Okay, now this is the scene 07. Now let's go to the main animation and let's bring our scene 07 over here like that, and let's bring this over here, and it should happen somewhere around at this spot. Okay, like that. Now over here, if you see, this blue color is not visible because our background is already in blue color. Okay, so we can do one thing. We can go inside this, select this sphere tree, go to the BG, and instead of this royal blue, you can press Ctrl Shift Y and you can choose a little bit lighter blue version of that color. Okay, so what will happen, that color is gonna be a little bit visible over there. Okay, like that. So, and right click, go to the time, and we are going to this time stretch, and we will hit this value 50 because I want this animation should be a faster one. Okay, I'll go inside this, select all of them, and I'm going to enable the motion blur or this one because I want this animation to be a little bit faster. Okay, like